All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Accelerate channel session. We're glad to have you on board, and we are also very happy to welcome our platform partner, SimLab, today. So welcome, everybody. My name is Remy Leroy, and I'm the Channel Enablement Manager in Matterport. We are going to have a look at today's speaker. We're first going to have an introduction by our very own Nick Holes here at Matterport. And then he will be followed by what you've came to listen to, which is learn a little bit more about IoT devices and all the exciting technology that has been built by SimLab. I will let Marek, Michal, and Suvankar introduce themselves in due time. But first, let's hear it from Nick Holes. Thank you very much, and enjoy the session.
Gosh, thank you. There's a build-up and an intro, Remy, so hopefully I don't disappoint. First of all, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy days to come and listen to us. Just from my perspective here, as Matterport steps further and gets more entrenched into facilities management and AEC as an industry, IoT connected devices is definitely always top of the request when I'm talking to end customers and talking with our partners. That whole element of making a building smart. So what is a smart building and how do we do it? It is becoming a reoccurring theme on a regular basis. And what you're going to see in the next 45 minutes or so is how you can wow your customers with what is available using the Matterport model. It's, feel free, it's going to be a Q&A session. I would say perhaps save the questions to the end as we go through the demos. But for us, just purely going back to that point, the amount of interest we have from people about smart buildings, how can I do this? How can I connect it? You're about to see the magic and how it happens. So without further ado, thank you very much to the SimLab team for attending and the customers and my extended team here at Matterport. If we get our heads around this and we position this right and we take this to market in the correct way, the IoT connected device space is going to be ours to win on a regular basis. So thank you very much, Remy. Thank you, everybody else. And I will turn it over to the speakers.
Okay, thank you, guys. My name is Marek Kozlak. I'm the CEO and founder of SimLab. And as Nick said, let us show you some magic. Let us show you how to turn on each building to the living structure using a digital twin Matterport models. And let me share my screen in a second. So what I'm going to be talking today, I'm going to show you our flagship product, which is called Simon. And Simon actually is our facility maintenance and operating system, which brings Matterport models to a complete new level. It brings Matterport to actually system software for driving your house on a daily basis. And how does it work? Well, I will show you in a second, but today with me, it's Michael Schopa. He is the product owner of the Simon product. He will be taking part of this presentation by himself. And our guest speaker today, straight from the industry, representative of the Netx automation company, Suvankar Das. And his CEO also is joining us on this call as one of the listeners. So Paul Furtak is also with us. And Netx will show you also how the industry actually is seeing digital twin as the huge, next big step in the building management systems. But I will leave this to experts, and Suvankar will be one of them to talk to you today. But why Simon and for who is it? So as the SimLab seeing this, first of all, this is the easy, intuitive software for all of the facility owners, facility managers, estate developers, and everybody that has connection to the building. Why? Because easiness, intuitiveness of using digital twin for a daily operational of each building. And how we are doing this, I will show in a second, but let's maybe focus on what challenges and problems we are solving to the market. Well, first of all, those systems are very expensive. I hope that my colleagues from the Netx automation will be able to tell you, how basically those systems cost and how they are constructed, that it's not like 5 sensors that you are seeing in a building. It's even hundreds of thousands of the endpoints which such a building registers and talks and communicates to each other. And because it's so huge, massive systems, they are quite expensive, and there is diversity of those products on the market. That means is that there is many of the hardware producers, there's many of the protocol standards, and those systems usually don't talk to each other. And even if they talk to each other, if you want to expand those systems, that's also a very, very much problematic. With Simon, we are kind of solving this issue of those big, massive complexity of any building management systems. And what do we propose as the Matterport partner here? Well, we are proposing one app which is easy understanding, intuitive to control all of your IoT and smart devices in a facility. It can be residential, but it can be also a big factory or even the airport, which is having millions of those devices. But also, we are showing you how to use a Matterport digital twin model and elevate it with the complete asset management system, which we have created inside of the Simon. And all of this together is with the extra module for maintenance and administration and scheduling of tasks in a building. And that's all coming in the affordable price in an already working solution, which is ready to hit the market with our partners. And the price, as you could see, well, it can start from $45 for a small business, which can be a coffee shop. It can be a hairdresser or any kind of the small entity, but it can also go to thousands of dollars if we are talking about the shopping malls, warehouses, airports, and such case studies that our colleagues from the Netx automation will show you. And yep, so what we're going to be showing today, it's something that we call a spatial evolution in the IoT sector, which is connecting several different modules which did not corresponded today on the market. And that is, for example, IoT control, asset management, as I said before, scheduling and maintenance for typical facility management and operation and ticketing systems, and also task management with very easy in use 3D intuitive toolkits. And all of this is coming with the Matterport 3D digital twin within any kind of the interface control through any kind of the device, because it's a web-based platform available from the cell phones, laptops, tablets, whatever device with the touchscreen that you can imagine. And how those modules looks like? Well, first of all, thanks to the Matterport, very much visual. We are going away from the on-off thousands of the buttons. We are going to the 3D revolution. And the IoT module, which is here on the left side, as you see, it's coming with the icons, which got XYZ location of each individual sensor in the XYZ space of the real facility. That comes with the asset management, which you can a little bit understand as the Matter tags elevated to the complete new level. And we'll show you basically how it works and how Matter tags works together with our asset management system, but a professional system that allows not only use the digital twin for the IoT, but also tracking the assets, the things that are not interactive, but also it's got some data related to the XYZ location. And of course, all of those combined, those two modules are bringing to the facility management, where you can have events timeline and task management, status reporting for daily operational. By the way, this presentation that I'm showing today will be shared with all of you guys, available, actually interested in getting much deeper into the subject. And as you could see in those presentations, there are videos attached to each of those main module that I'm presenting here. I'm not going to be playing those videos today. Why? Because I'm planning to show you live how those example works. And all the time, you can always refer back to the videos or our free demos, which are available on our website. So if you're going to go to the IoT control, the first module, which is the most important for you guys, well, as you could see, there is some videos also attached to it. But our main goal as the SimLab is to bring all of the hardware competition under one umbrella and use them in one app to drive all of the subsystems in a building. Doesn't matter if it's like from producer A, B, C, D, standard A, B, C, D, that's all connected. And that means is that we are turning all of the hardware competitors into the collaborators within the one software. This also I will skip here because I will show you live how it works. And then the asset management also here is described, what benefits it gives you, that it gives you like accurate device mapping, centralized collection of all of the devices, equipment, materials, photos, videos, documentations. You will see it live. I just want to stress out here that there is a video attached to it, and this presentation is staying with you after the show. So please go into the details and you can actually find some more information in those nice videos. The same with the facility management, which for us is mostly very much focused around the time for the building, which means that if you need to change batteries, if one of your sensor, if you want to do some maintenance on the aircon system, we are giving you a calendar feature, which in the form of the timeline or the tasks or tickets is being assigned to exact person, or general building timeline to track all of the activities which are happening in the past, but which were happening in the past, but also are scheduled for the next couple of months of the facility in this year. And why all of this? Because we want to change how the sector and the IoT industry is looking to the software today. We want to create one digital twin environment which becomes all data container. Use a 3D space to relocate all of the data in actual digital twin model. So as you could see here, we have a tickets connected to the exact equipment. We have the light conditions. We have the power consumptions. We have like a motion sensors or like a asset management connected to the space in the visual form, thanks to the digital twin from the Matterport. And this is mostly our main information I want to show you. All of it is being changed thanks to digital twin model entering the sector of building management systems. And this is all I wanted to show you from the PowerPoints at this point. Why? Because I think that if we're going to go to the live examples, that will bring you much more vision how you can actually use this data and use Matterport for daily operation of each individual building, thanks to, for example, our partners like Netx in this moment. So our product is named Simon. And as you see here, it's a full working website. It's a web available software with the access to sign in. There is a lot of happening and explanations already on the website. So you can remember sim-on.com. Each module is here described with movies. There is some pricing also on it. But the most important for you guys is that there are living live examples, which is live data from the IoT sensors connected already to several examples. So like legal office, family house, company headquarters, which is our SimLab office, I'm going to be showing in a second. Those examples I'm going to be presenting to you. You can access live through our website and present it to your customers if needed. But since the software is web-based, when you need to sign in to get access to portfolio of the projects you have under your control. So when I logged in to our cloud, this is basically the buildings you can control. So as you can see, from a big apartments, actually big high skyscrapers with the apartments, to the external BTS towers, to the small medical centers, to the dealer shops. But I will just go to our office where I am right about now. Why? Because it's always best to see, living examples if you can actually do something live in your space. So as you could see here, this is Simon already running, and this is a web-based software. So I will go full screen, so it looks much more nice on that any kind of the monitor or the screen. This can be displayed on any tablet, on a device. We have a mobile version also of that software. So that means is that you can use a Matterport here as a backdrop, as the system to drive all of the features on top of it. So I am sitting right now, as you could see behind this desk, there is, oh, you don't see it actually. And I have my background turned on. Let me see if I can switch off the background, because I just wanted to show you orders. Just a second. Okay, I cannot find it right about now in this moment, and that's unfortunately a sad story for me. because as you could see, when I'm walking through the Matterport model, those sensors and those icons are representing on those plugs which are here on the walls. So that means is that in this particular building, we placed all of these sensors and IoT data inside of the real location in a building. So if right now here in my room there is those two light conditions, I can actually turn this on and off, and as you can see on my shadow on my face, you could see that there is like a light turning on and off. I see here that I can choose virtual background. I can switch off my background. Just a second. Okay, I think that I make it happen right now. So one more time, as you see, I have a control of my lights conditions. And as you see, that actually works in the scene that you could see right now, that there is light coming on and off in my building. So the most visual is it that behind me, you can see this RGB light, which is coming from Philips. I see that right about now is losing 1.6 watts of energy. When I click the lamp in the real time, you could see that I can switch it off and on in the fraction of seconds, because that's how today with the IoT, we can actually control it through the web very, very fast. So let me turn it on. And as you see, full control or everything which is in a space is happening through the live real-time position of those sensors. So if you're gonna go here, you see there is another light. I can see that there is a 21 lux. The temperature in Celsius is 22 degrees. In my office, there is like a motion sensor for the security, and all of the type of the sensors that you can connect through all of the standards that Netx will present to you can actually be turned on and off in that space. That means is also that, you know, here on the corridor, I see there is another two lights. I can turn them on, which of course I see they are just turned on. And after a couple of seconds, it shows you a live consumption, which is also being streamed out through the API, through the control of those hardware provider. The same with the printer, you can control it on and off. You see that it's using 15.9 watts of energy in the idle mode, and that considers all of the sensors which are XYZ located in a building. That's very convenient to use a digital twin as the model like this. And as you could see here on the right panel, there are like shortcuts to the most important sensors that you can actually put it in the order that you are actually wants to use them. So as you could see, when I move, that always detects the location that I am right about now. So if I'm gonna go to the office, it changes to the one which are in that particular office. So it's always the shortcut to the closest IoT sensors in your radius area around you. So this is how you control IoT for any kind of the building. Now I'm showing the industrialized building, which is the office, but it can be residential, it can be airport, it can be whatsoever. Why? Because here, dependent on the rooms, boxes, you can create your logic of the building. And even if it's a skyscraper, you can divide it to the different levels or to the different apartments, and also make from it like a fast access to any kind of the facility. What's also very important is that you can control those devices, clicking them already in a Matterport digital twin model. You can have access to the quick access dashboard, or you can use it traditional way, which our friends will show you how it works today, and use a regular dashboard. But trust me, there are hundreds of the hardware providers, and all of these solutions looks basically the same. Icons, 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 icons. And if you have thousands of those icons, that's where the problems is happening. So for example, if we are seeing here a motion sensor like this in a hotel room, and you see that there is like a motion detected in it, or there is like a battery going down. Now we see that everything is on 100%, but you see the battery going down, one click on that sensor in that traditional view always brings you to the XYZ location of that particular location of that sensor. So that means is that if you had 50 sensors like this on a corridor in a hotel, big hotel, or in the airport, an exact motion sensor you want to identify, this will allow you to pointed out in a digital twin model exactly where it's located. So that's the most important feature, that now you can control any device just by using the XYZ location of the sensor. You can use it on a quick access panel or on regular dashboard. But now let me go to the printer again in the Matterport model. This printer, as you could see, is using 15 watts of energy. And for me, it's an IoT control device that I can control on and off and play with this IoT data. But if I'm gonna use a next module here, which we call it asset management, the same printer becomes an asset. So you can compare it to the Matterport tags, which of course we are importing here and read the data. But that means is that that printer has got some kind of the data information about what kind of the device is it. That printer has got some pictures attached to it, which you can always bring back and actually keep your catalogs about the products. It's got some movies showing how to fix something, how to change something, how to maintain something, but also it's got some documents attached to it, which is manual, invoice, warranty, spare part catalogs, and so on. But the coolest things, in my opinion, is that the same device is also connected to the calendar feature, which means is that I know that the next service for that printer is coming on the 10th of November, and there is some service happening. The next maintenance is coming on the 24th of November. So all of the data collected from all of the assets right now creates for me a timeline for the building, where I see that even the watering the plant might be one of the events that is dedicated to that part of the people assigned with that facility. So I see that if I want to, for example, right now, work on the air conditioner system or see where is the next service coming. So I see that the last air purifier filter replacement was happening on the 4th of the June. Where is it? Well, it's about this one. I can access to it. So I see here that this is the filters that are attached to that systems. I see that there is the invoice, and it was changed 6 months ago. So probably there is no next feature coming for it. The same is happening with all of the assets that you have around you. So even the sofa is becoming the asset for us, because maybe it's not electronic to be controlled, but I have the model, I have the color code, and I have my invoice connected to that space. So that means is that everything around you becomes the asset, and some very serious ones like the aircon system, like here, you can connect the technical drawings to it. You can connect the movies showing how to install or how to change the filters in it, or you can have access to the documentation, or where is the next inspection or the next service coming. And that brings a full digital twin of any facility which has got IoT control modules like this one. So maybe the IoT is small, so I need to move to see some of them. You have asset management, you have scheduling and maintenance. And of course, if there is a service needed to come, now you can create a ticket for any of those. So for example, if you want to change filters, or there's a leaking AC coming, that's very easy. You just add a ticket. I'm just showing this to present you how easy it is. You can put like a leaking AC unit. You can attach it to the person that you are sharing the project with. So I will put it to Robert. You can describe the problem. You can attach any picture from your camera. So let me put like any of them very fast. And to add a ticket, well, you just select a space, and now the ticket is added to that particular object. So that's about the most important things. How does the system work? How you can use IoT devices with the asset management, with the scheduling and maintenance and ticketing system in one software, which is very visual, based on Matterport model. And what you will hear from my colleagues later on is that now with any existing IoT or building automation systems in those buildings, you can connect them to the Matterport in the matter of days using SimLab and Netx software and cloud solution. So this is how the product works. Of course, you can go to any other kind of, I'm sorry, you can go to any other kind of the buildings. You can use it also, see it, how it looks like in the residential. So if you are moved to the building or space like this, our main vision is to display Matterport models with a control on a control panels like that, and then drive your facility from a touch screens in any kind of the building. So let me maybe show you how does it work. And this is my regular working space. So usually when I'm not in the office, I'm working on this desk behind my great picture and the big screen, and all of the electronics, all of the data, also in my fan room, is connected to the IoT devices with any kind of the standards, where all of the control for connections, for the router, for a printer is being driven through XYZ location of that particular model. And as you could see here, everything in the full screen on a very cheap hardware devices, where I can use a regular Best Buy tablet, where you can basically use a touch screen and just a web browser. And if you don't like that kind of the IoT, as you could see here, there's a lot of those devices at my fan room, then you can always go to the dashboard and change it to a standard version. Because if there is hundreds of those providers, each of them gives you rooms like kitchen, pantry, and saloon. And what you see, it's icons, 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 icons. What we give to you today is that we are changing those icons to real life 3D environment, where digital twin Matterport model is bringing you back to life with your facility. And of course, there is more things happening in the background, because as you see here, there's one more magic icon here, which is our product development. Now we are connecting our home operating system to a e-commerce database. And as you could see, this funny joke here, someone put the water pump or the oil pump on the on my wall, which means that you can connect to any kind of the e-store, download 3D model, and place it inside of the Matterport models. How it works is basically like this. We have interior editor here, just to show you basically that we can access any kind of the 3D e-store, which is integrated with our system, and as those flowers, or for example, let's take this cup, I can add to the model and then build a list of potential products that I can be implemented into the space. So that's basically about how Simon works, what it gives you, and how it can be used. And here, the software is already being used for the commercial buildings, for the residential, but also for the big spaces, to the connections with our partners. So as you could see here, what we see on this small angle of the camera, we have IoT control system with asset management, with calendar of potential things to be happening, and here with the tickets, so probably the icon system needs to be maintained, and all of it using a digital twin special innovation, which enters right now to the building management system and home automation solutions. So that was it about how the system works, with a couple of examples. And if we are talking here about our collaboration options, well, we have a very, very simple rules. We are working with our partners with a 30/70 speed ratio, where, as you could see here, the price depends on the building and the building functionality. So we have an open software for any kind of the private small residential buildings, where you can use the software free of charge. But if you want to have your own private license for your home without any commercial or like add-ons, then the price is regular. We call it Netflix fee, which is at $10. But if we're talking about this business approach to the customers, well, it's very easy for the small business, like a coffee shop or like a hairdresser. We have a price $35 a month. But if we're talking about the commercial buildings, like you would see from Suvankar in a second, then the price starts from $2,000 a year, and that's already just a fraction of the costs that those companies are paying for the professional building management systems. From all of it, we have 30/70 speed ratio, and we are inviting all of you to a collaboration. That's it talking from me with the small presentation. Now I would like to introduce to you our product owner, which is responsible for how the product looks like and how it's being developed, Michael Schopa, and his friend today, Savanka Das, will show you basically how the industry is already dealing in a big commercial spaces. So thank you very much. I'm gonna stay with you for the rest of the call, but Michael, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Marek, for the introduction and for your presentation, and to Remy and all for invitation us today. And today I would like to show you my part right now, together with Suvankar. Suvankar is our guest from Netx Automation. As Marek said, is also with us the Paul Furtak, the CEO of the Netx. And I would like to tell you more deeply about how we are connecting each other and why is this collaboration happened. Our software is very nice, and we are part of the KNX ecosystem, and we met the Netx Automation, and our vision is for them, I hope, benefitable. And he asked together us to join to our cooperation. And right now, I would like to give the voice to Suvankar to show you how it will, how his system is working, and then I will go back and tell you more deeply technically how we are connecting and show you how we can do a new project using the Matterport, SimLab, and the Netx Automation to bring it together to the 3D space with IoT.
Thank you, Michael. Would you help me in presenting also the slides from Netx?
No problem.
May not. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll tell you when I need to change the slide. Okay, thank you everyone for joining this evening for, I think, this super exciting session. Special thanks to Matterport and also colleagues from SimLab for giving us this opportunity to talk about the association that we are talking about here. And we are extremely excited about this new future that unfolds in front of us when we are talking of really taking our buildings to the next level of management using such fantastic tools. Also with us is our CEO, Paul, already mentioned from Michael. So with Paul, we are having a very close cooperation to make sure that how we take this solution in the market, because I take clue from what Nick said in the beginning, is that a lot depends on how the entire solution is being taken to the market, what is the route to market, because we have really a very diverse segment of customers who are owning building, making new buildings. So I think that is something we look forward to work with all of you together. A little bit about our company itself, Netx Automation. We are basically a building management software company from Austria. We are into this business for more than 2 decades now. Paul founded the company 20 years back, and we have been focusing since then on how to make building automation easy and also to make very sophisticated solution for our partners, because you know that today's buildings are getting smarter and smarter. You have a high amount of different systems, protocols, applications which are being invented every day, and the demands from our customers are increasing very much. So our expertise has been to follow these trends very consistently and put it into our software so that our customers who are actually installing our software for different types of building, which we will see in the coming slides, that how they deal with this ever-changing building automation scenario that is happening in front of us. And we work, also mentioned from Marek, we work with all different leading global standards like KNX, BACnet, Modbus, SNMP, and many. And this is one of our strengths, that we have developed capability to deal with various application areas, various domains of what a building will have in terms of its main components in the building. And by virtue of that, we have a very good acceptance in more than 100 countries where our partners are using our solution to deal with a very diverse and heterogeneous building automation system. Next slide, please. So, yes, I think one of the very key point which was mentioned from Marek during his presentation is that we are coming together to create opportunity for everyone. And as you have seen that such a fantastic 3D modeling of buildings, we are talking about digital twins. And then when we are talking about going to customers, we also have to deal with the other side of the spectrum, which is still talking about traditional building management system, dealing with hardwares, devices, etc. This is number one. Number two is also to deal with scalability, because we are trying to build a solution which fits into different kinds of buildings. Some of you see on your screen that it can be a hotel, stadium, office. So we also have to make sure that we don't have at all any issues in the scalability part. And this is what Netx brings in also as an expertise, because we have the experience of working in very, very large projects, but also at the same time, mid-size and small projects. So our licensing model is done in such a way to give this flexibility to the customers. So what we see as an opportunity together with Matterport and SimLab is not only to catering to greenfield projects or the new projects, but also I think for all of you, there's a tremendous opportunity lies in front of all of us, is that how the existing buildings with existing hardwares, maybe KNX, PACnet, Modbus, whatever, can be converted into a digital twin based supervision modeling. And this is where both of us can contribute, transform the way the building is managed, and bring a lot of value addition for our customers. So I think in coming days, we shall get opportunity to talk about such projects. We all know we are already working in a similar project in Austria with SimLab in a project which involves such sophisticated dynamics of handling hardwares, but also bringing up a very up-to-date latest supervision model like SimLab. Next slide, please. Okay, so little bit about an architecture to show you how we as Netx Automation fits into the entire story which Marek was talking of, because we are a partner in the entire ecosystem. So it is important you understand what is our role, what is our expertise. And then after it, of course, Michael is going to also kind of lead you to how we move in this model from the field level into the management level with Simon Cloud. So what you see on the slide now in the bottom part is where there is a very, very diverse and complex situation happening in the market, because there are hundreds and thousands of brands who are making different kinds of products with different protocols and standards. They don't talk to each other most of the time. So we are solving this problem first by bringing our software, which has the capability to learn and speak this multi-protocol language, which is being used by various devices. Then we are adding an automation level where this enormous amount of data from the field, you can imagine an airport will have hundreds and thousands of points from different systems. So they are also being managed, organized, and configured within our software. And then from there, we kind of merge into the management level, where we may bring in some localized visualization. And then finally, we blend very much into the Simon Cloud, where you bring the final layer of the visualization, which is on one hand, can be used by even an end user without knowing what is actually happening at the field level, because this is the job we are doing, part of the partnership, to make life easy for the people who are managing the building, even though there is a lot of technical complexity and sophistication going behind. So in this slide, you will see the field level, automation level, and the part of the management level is being managed by Netx. And then the data goes to Simon, and Simon takes it up for the further management and presenting or representing it to our customers, how the building has to be managed. So with that, I would like to pass it on to Michael. Hopefully our role in the entire ecosystem I could explain a little bit. And of course, we look forward to have Q&A later in the session. Michael, over to you to take it forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Supankar. From our side, I would like to explain a little bit how we are connecting to the Netx automation and the Matterport as well. First of all, we have some KNX or different installation, and using the IP interface, we are connecting to Netx server, which is connected also with the Netx specially made for us, the cloud portal that we can connect and exchanging information using the REST API to our cloud, which is also connected to the Matterport. And as you see, this connection here, it's only based on the web, and also our software is based on the web, on the cloud, and web access through the normal browser. And our connectivity with the Matterport is taking us to the new level of digital twin technology, that we are able to connect and use also the IoT devices. And step by step, how we can do it. First of all, we need to capturing your space using the Matterport. I think you are the best person to and even more expertise than me accordingly to the capturing the space. Then you need to create an account in our software, then adding your space from the link from the Matterport to our space, to our software, and then getting connected to the IoT devices accordingly to the particular provider. And I would like to very quickly show you how it looked like in the live demonstration. As you see here, this is my my application, my login after I log into the application, and then we have the spaces. When I want to create a new space, I need to click the add new space, putting some property name, for example, Matterport webinar. Then some address, the zip code is necessarily accordingly to the weather forecast, for example, Poland, because we are in Poland. And then we have two options to choose. One of those is the Matterport. Second one is the stages, which is our second product. We can import all the information from the stages as well as the Matterport scan. And then we have also two options to customizing your rooms or importing. If we have some IoT provider, we can import the rooms from the configuration from IoT provider. If not, we can customize rooms by yourself. In this case, I will import the rooms. And then we have the possibility to choose the provider of the IoT. I will choose the first one on the app. And then we are going to the cloud, to the connecting to the IoT devices, to the IoT cloud. And after logging in, it's the same in the Netx, it's the same in the some other providers. We have to choose the which central on which project we want to import. In this case, I will choose this Cancelaria. And going next, I can choose the rooms, which is previously configured into the provider. I will choose all. And then I need to put the link from the Matterport. When I go to the space and I'm putting the share, I can use the unlisted, copying the link, and then I need to paste the link here. Okay, and then we have the project going next, and we have summary confirming, and then the old magic is making. That's the Matterport is importing to our software, and also the all devices from the rooms are importing to the software. After we have created a new project, first of all, we need to assign the swipes, the scanner locations to particular rooms. To do that, we need to click this up menu, and we have here the list of the rooms which we are imported from the provider. This is the corridor. I need to click the corridor, going next swipe, corridor, next swipe, corridor, and so on. As you see here, we have automatically on the right panel, we have all the devices which are in the room. After we are choosing maybe I will make some swipes in the green as well. As you see here, we have it done. Next step is to choosing the different device. I can go to the advanced settings and, for example, customize by myself. For example, choosing the icons to the bulbs. I can decide that I want to show it into the 3D and in dashboard, also only in 3D or only in dashboard, or I can choose to hide in the dashboard all of those. Yeah. After saving the changes, we are going back to the 3D, and here I have the two devices, like the halogens green and the lamp green, and I need to click it and adding the location. Adding the location is very easy. It's only putting on the wall, and I have right now connected and put it into the wall, the device which I can steering from here, the whole room and for example, these lights. And very shortly, that is looking right that. And also, of course, we have the dashboard with the icons. We can customize everything from here. We can also add the assets and so on. And I think that's it. And maybe now Marek will tell you a little bit more about the future goals of our software. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so guys, as you could see, all of the automation of the building is being already done inside of your hardware provider for that particular building. So that's a story that the companies like Netx and the Netx installation companies and the partners are already doing in a building. What we are doing here, we are reading the structure of the building complexity, and then from the building complexity, we are taking the icons and just placing the final effect inside of the Matterport model. So the end user actually is not required to have any technical knowledge or programming skills. It's just drag and drop, as you could see here with Michael's presentation. It's very easy, very fast, and we can turn on any building into the Matterport working digital twin, active digital twin in just a couple of hours. And what we are planning to do next? Well, we are still developing our Simon software. Well, one of the most important features that we are working right now is the real-life positioning of the object. So, for example, if we are talking about a hotel or like a hospital and you are looking for the wheelchair, with a small beacon icons, we can track a live object in a space. We are trying also to use our partners' technology, like, for example, View AR, and display the icons of the IoT devices within the glasses or the tablets or the AR technology on a real-life models, or actually on the real-life buildings with a Matterport model hidden as the tracking system. And of course, we are right now integrating our Simon for the asset management with a live standards, world standards for the facility management and also asset management. So we are right now in a collaboration with the Procore to implement the asset management to the facility management within the Simon. And also we are talking with the IBM Maximo to integrate with the facility professional, one of the best known in the world facility management system, to use a Matterport digital twin as the background for all of the professional facility maintenance operations and building controls. So That was from us a small presentation about how does it look today, how does it work today. And if you have any questions, we are much more open to answer any of those by me, Michael, or our Netx automation colleagues. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Marek, and thank you all, Suvankar and Michal as well, for this wonderful presentation. As you can see, guys, there's so many things that can be done, and to make Matterport digital twins live with live data, with IoT devices, and this is one of the other solutions that that are available to you. As you know, as our value-added partners, you're still you will still be selling cameras and SaaS, but on top of that, now you can also sell solutions and bring Matterport to a whole new level. So thank you very much, SimLab team, for your time. Do we have time for some questions? I don't see any Q&A. I don't see any questions in the chat or in the Q&A. But if you want to write them now, feel free to do so. Nick, would you? In the meantime, do you have a comment on what you just saw from SimLab?
Yeah, amazing stuff, gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. Really interesting little hook at the end there, Marek, around the IBM Maximo piece, because again, if I go back 8 months, I was talking to a particular client who needed, and their backbone was the IBM Maximo. And we, as Matterport, we've had a success with Maximo once in the UK with a utilities company, but it is quite complicated. So I think if you understand how that works, and then having that ability to walk in and say, oh, you're using Maximo, well, that's great. You know, we have a solution that kind of integrates, is a really, really big obstacle to overcome. It does take a lot of work, I think, on the back end, which is one of the reasons certainly the channel partners we haven't been able to exploit it. So that's super good news. I did have one question around the connectivity. You mentioned KNX and some other protocols in there. Is there anything we should avoid, or anything that is better suited to what we're doing here?
May I take this question? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yes, I think in today's situation, we are continuously trying to increase the list of our compatibility with different systems. Of course, you have the global standards like KNX, BACnet, Modbus, OPC, which we are dealing with for many years. But what we are seeing is also that depending on the market or geography, we also have a lot of proprietary systems who are particularly very strong in certain geographies, and they are coming up very fast. And as a matter of fact, we are increasing the list of such compatible devices. So I would see that in future, you'd see more and more systems getting compatible with our software in terms of connectivity. Actually, that would widen the horizon of getting into more projects, because we will have actually more yes to our customers than saying that, okay, we can't do this. So this is something we do very actively, and that would definitely increase the opportunity for us, if that answers your questions.
It does. Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not also expert in that subject, but as you said, Suvankar, that all of the ones that are used as the standard in different parts of the world, you are already using in your Netx software and system.
Good.
Yes.
Right. Excellent.
Yes. So these are already available. If you visit our website, you will see the list of systems and protocols we support. But that list is getting enhanced every day, because we have requests from market, from different customers, to include new compatibility, new devices, IoT, like we are dealing with MQTT, which is one of the leading IoT standard. And we expect this requests, the list of requests, to go up in coming days, because there are so many different hardware systems coming up in the market. And our philosophy is to provide this integration platform for the leading ones in days to come. So
yeah, makes sense. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. And obviously to the broader audience, and our valued partners are on the call. If you've got any further questions, or you want any follow-up, obviously we're here, the CAM who looks after you day to day. If you have the contact details of Marek and all that kind of stuff, obviously go directly. But please keep us in the loop. You know, this is a new journey for us going forward together with a partner, certainly tackling the smart building area, which is, as I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, is becoming so prevalent in a lot more conversations. So let's get our minds together. You might not think of an opportunity straight away, but there will be definitely customers you're dealing with today who will benefit from the technology here, and it supports their digital transformation journey. So I will finish by saying thank you, and I will duck out now, and I'll leave Remy to do the pleasant goodbyes and everything else. So thanks, everybody, and see you all soon.
Thank you, Nick, and thank you, everybody, again. Yeah, thank you for your time. Those Accelerate sessions, this is what they are for. This is to give you ideas about what is possible to do with Matterport. So join us next month, first Thursday of every month, for the next session. We'll send you the invite very shortly. And thank you again for joining. Have a wonderful day and speak to you soon.